Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with Gods, and we are getting ready for some more Southeast Asian action. That's right. We have Tigers versus Lotac now. Still in the lower bracket. We've just said goodbye, of course, to Boom ID. Now it's time to say goodbye to one of these two teams as they both fight for the chance to move forward to the grand finals in the regional qualifiers to play against Admiral Dota. What are we expecting, Gods, out of these two? Yesterday, what did we see? We saw Tigers take a convincing 2-0 against Lotac.
Tigers looked pretty good. In Your Dream played very well. He had two games on lean. I played at mid once, and played in the side lane. They had a Lycan game. Tigers picked a lot of different stuff. I think Lotac have more common, like, this is what we want to play. This is how we're going to do things. We're going to put Raven on the hard carries. He's going to carry the game, whereas Tigers, you know, In Your Dream is that young superstar player, but it's not all about him. They've had other games where Ajit steps up. They've had times where Moomiander, his Monkey King, was really good. Yeah, that game with the Moon Monkey and the Ajit Lycan, that was a good showing there. Yeah, they're showing us that they can definitely do. They've got a good few ways to change up the game. Obviously, the series that knocked them down yesterday, that was obviously against Admiral Dota. I'm trying to think, what were sort of the big problems, like things that we don't think we'll see Tigers try for again. That when you mean the Tigers when they lost to Admiral? I'm trying to think what happened. That was pretty one-sided, that was the convincing matchup. Oh, it was 2-1? Okay. I think it was the 2-1, because it was the one where they lost one of the games to the Brew, or was that the Boom ID series? I forget. Who had that OP Brew? No, that was the series before, I think. These, we're doing like 72 hours or something. This is crazy, this minor qualifiers. It's good. And all because we love it, and we love you people at home. So hello everybody, hope you're enjoying the CORSAIR Dream League, because we're enjoying you. Another draft has begun. Tigers, of course, up against Lotac. Let's see what we got from this one. Phoenix banned out, Triumph banned out. The PL. Yeah, I think you got to do it. You're playing against Raven. They'll pick it first phase. You ban the PL. Yep, ban the PL. Do you ban the Spectre as well? I don't know. I mean, we did see, obviously, Boom ID in their first game. They did ban the Spectre first phase. So Nick's ban's going to continue. Zephyr played at both games. They played each other yesterday. So it was, what, 2 games of Nyx plus Wyvern? I want to say it was Nyx Wyvern both games. At least in this series between the two teams. So Wyvern's still in the pool. Should have been left on the board, you know. That's the Wyvern way. I always forget about Wyvern, and then it's like, oh yeah, Wyvern's still there. It should just be first picked. That'll be first picked. It's all good. Other than that, I don't know what crazy stuff we'll see. Probably see some more Lenas, unless teams finally want to start thinking about banning the pretty fiery lady. Probably see the Mirana get through. I did get they got last phase banned, I believe, last game. So. But other than that, obviously yesterday in Southeast Asia, this hero was winning a lot of games. So Lotac, what are they going to ban? They're going to ban the Lich. Bit of an interesting one. They were banning it yesterday. I think it's just something Demon will play. Okay. We haven't seen it, so I think it's just not on our mind, not on our radar. But obviously these teams are playing in other tournaments, are playing scrims and practicing against each other quite a lot. They know each other well, so I think it's just something they're aware of. Spectre was left there. We'll see if Lotac consider running just another game of Raven Spectre in the first 2. I think Tigers will be very well prepared for it. They've been watching the best of 3 before this, I imagine, since they were sitting around waiting for their game to start. And well, they have the answers. Wyvern. Wow, what a surprise. Yep. What a surprise. Wyvern again. Absolutely. Every game. And Silencer. Lotac. Nothing different here. Yeah, these are the supports. These are the SEA supports. They like them. Nothing wrong with them. They go well. And yeah, we're happy with them. These fellas here. This little free Blue Dragon. Every single game. So, where we at? Terrorblade. That'll be the second pick Raven hero this time round. Second pick PL in game 1 against Boom ID. Second pick Spectre in game 2 against Boom ID. Now in this series, second pick Terrorblade. They know that his heroes are going to get banned. They want to set the authority and just pick him as hero second. And it's been working out for them so far today. It has been. They're just grabbing Raven's heroes early as they do. Interesting they go for the TB, not the Spectre, given that they were first two picking Spectre last time. And there's Tiger's answer. They'll pick their course straight up second. Right away, yeah. The Morphling. Morphling against TB. This was, I think it was when we saw TB being played yesterday. Teams were banning Morphling to protect the TB because being able to still Metamorph is pretty damn nice. Being able to Metamorph, and the fact that at all stages of the game, not only are you a hard hitter, you've got a lot of magical burst. You do. This is something that TB is just annoying to play against. He has high armor too, so even if he ever gets stunned, you're not bursting him down as quickly as you do other heroes. So all around across the board, Morphling has answers to TB. Doesn't get crushed by him by any means. Most of those shorter ranged heroes like the Lunas don't want to verse TB just because he outranges you, he right clicks you, but Morphling, he's got waveform, he can gap close, he's not gonna just die because he's outranged by a TB.
Yeah, he can really choose how they go about taking the fights in terms of his positioning.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Tigers are, and with the speed that they picked that Morphling as well, I mean, I think they knew that there was a high chance that Lotac were going to grab Ravens here or there, and I think they may have expected and been happy with him playing the Terrorblade. They feel that they've got answers, Tigers.
I also think part of the TB was a block pick. So Lotac, yesterday we saw Ajit first two picking it, remember?
That's right, yeah, Tigers doing it themselves, yeah.
And TB's a pretty good answer to Spectre just because of the range factor. The reflection's good against Spectre. So I think they're like, okay, if we pick Spectre first two, they're going to TB. So we don't want to do that because TB counters Spectre. But they pick TB and then Morphling counters TB. So it may still be a good position for Tigers in the draft.
Well, let's see. Tigers. How they want to sort of enter into this sort of second phase of bans and picks. What else are you sort of worried about Lotac getting with the Terrorblade? What else have we seen from Lotac this morning that could make another appearance?
One of the scarier things they did. The Centaur was pretty good for a high.
Yeah.
I like how they used that. Played well around the Stampede.
Yeah.
It's banned out now.
Bam.
Okay.
Yeah, bang on. Tigers are on the same wavelength. They get rid of a higher center.
Played tied the other game, which was less impressive, I think.
Yeah,
it was
I wouldn't be as worried about that.
I think partly a hero thing, but just wasn't something that was quite as worrisome. This hero's like Necrophos in the pool. Reaper against the Morphling could be kind of nice with the percent base damage. Necro could be, I think, played by either team to a certain extent. Hero that's not too afraid of TB, although Silencer's annoying. Other meta heroes, I guess Pugna's still in the pool, so if maybe you want to pick Necro, you want to ban something like the Pugna, which Lotac could ban anyway, since Pugna against the TB.
Yeah, Pugna for Tigers would be very nice. That would not be a bad shout.
Something Moon plays both Pugna and Necro, like he's a big fan of those heroes.
Well, Lotac themselves are only thinking about this ban. And it is going to be the Underlord actually themselves, so banning that away from Tigers.
Damage mitigation against TB and his illusions, I guess. Is
sure, yeah, makes a bit of a tricky lane.
Yep. But ultimately, I don't think Underlord's the scariest of heroes right now. I think there's plenty of other things that are more potent in the offlane.
So what's the pick here?
Night Stalker? What?
Night Stalker?
That's a hero I never thought I would pick up. He's probably
he's hitting away.
He's probably not even on the shelf. He's probably still back in the warehouse storage area. No one thought Night Stalker's game picked up.
No, not at all. Ooh.
This hero is nerfed so much.
Yeah. I don't know about this one.
I'm excited to see it just because I want to see like how it's played, see what they do. Is this hero still good? Is he viable? Can you play Night Stalker in current Dota 2?
No. I don't think so. Well,
Chen.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy about that. That's a more normal hero.
Roamers for each side. They're going to be able to keep tabs on each's movements.
Zephyr Chen probably up here with the Morphling, secure his lane. He's kind of being the safe lane support.
Yeah, what is the plan with this Night Stalker? I mean, obviously they're getting in on top of what the Morphling early on, catching him off guard if he's morphed the wrong way, getting that hard silence down. They could look to try and crush him.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need heroes that they're going to be good at doing that with the Night Stalker, because at the moment I guess when the Metamorphosis is available, sort of throw Night Stalker with the Terrorblade, you can have sort of the slow from the Void to allow TB to punch into the opponent.
Yeah, Night Stalker's thing used to be that he was a very strong laner. So, you're going to lane, you're tanky, you have great stats, you trade hits well, you harass with your Void, but Void does half damage during daytime. It got so severely nerfed. It doesn't have the mini stun. It's just not a spell in the early game. I feel like Night Stalker at early levels is incredibly weak, and that first 4 minutes when it's daytime, that's so important. That stage of the game for Night Stalker, he wasn't weak during the day for the first 4 minutes just because of his stats and his spells being just so powerful, which is what changed. And I worry for him because of that. I don't know what the idea is. I'm curious and interested to see. Maybe they want to pair something else. I'm trying to think what kind of heroes they're looking for that can benefit from the nighttime. Are they... I mean, those other night heroes are not things that you want to be picking right now when you've already got the TB,
Oh, yeah,
the Lunas, the Slarks, or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
the TB
nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Stops
I don't know.
those.
Maybe we're going to see someone else. Yeah, another hero that's untouched upon something that could work with it, but for the time being, I'm interested to see how it plays out. And there's another sort of relatively underpicked hero, but definitely one that I feel is there's more. You know, this hero could do stuff. This hero's not been nerfed to oblivion. This hero can certainly offer a lot in the right sort of lineup.
Yeah, you see an ET pick and you're like, oh, that's a nice change of pace, and then I'm excited it's going to be good.
And this is going to be a core Night Stalker then.
Yeah, I think when I saw it picked,
are you expecting it to be
kind of? I think he's just so bad that you can't play him as a 4 because he needs items and farm to have an impact.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Tigers play Lina.
Once
in your dream, 3rd game in a row that these two teams have faced off. He's been on Lina, so probably in the mid. But he played side lane 1 game, depending on what the lanes are going to be.
Did they just ban out the TA then? As per usual.
Yeah. TA with TB doesn't sound amazing, but also it's just it's TA versus Lina. Trying to think what else we could see come into play here.
Because I mean, obviously, TA with Elder Time's quite nice. With the aura, you know, the amount of physical damage you can do with that armor reduction.
Trying to think if there's any room for any of those cheese picks here.
Anything bit what for Lotac or Tigers?
For either team, maybe.
Because what's going to be? What is there going to be some sort of big magical damage dealer that's going to be paired with that ET? Or do you, I mean, is that your lane? Is it the Night Stalker ET? Is that going to be the dual lane you're thinking? Yeah.
I think that's the dual lane. They're just looking to be these big tanky front lines that run at the enemy Morphling. ET versus Morphling, of course, we haven't even talked about that, but one of the heroes that traditionally was kind of a counter to the Morph, able to remove all his armor. You go full agi. If you have to get up close for it, so it's not quite the same as it used to be, but it at least makes Morph a whole lot squishier. Magic, and they need some kind of magic hero, I'd imagine, to take advantage of it, like a Tinker or something. Hard to say exactly what that might be, but I like the idea of something like a Tinker.
A Tinker wouldn't be a bad shout. Yeah, absolutely not. Elder Titan, fantastic sort of pairing in that situation. You have the Night Stalker chasing heroes, giving you the vision, keeping on the front lines. Tinker's there sitting on the back, teeping into creep waves, throwing out the nukes.
Yep.
Would not be terrible there for Lotac.
Let's see an Axe out of Tigers for Moon. That's a possibility. I think he played a game of Axe yesterday. Maybe one of their losses.
Yeah. And bang on, Mr. David Parker. It is indeed the Axe.
Axe for bottom lane.
And definitely another one of those core heroes that can be very disruptive for a TB. You got low HP on the TB. Sure, you got a lot of armor. Axe is in. He's spinning around. He doesn't care. It's all pure damage. So Axe can be very nice against the TB.
Which will put Lotac into... I like Tinker. It might be an Invoker game as well. Quasworks Invoker could come out. Tornado against the Axe Call is pretty nice.
Tinker, Invoker. I think they're the big ones I'd look for.
Yeah, and we saw he played it in the last series, right?
Yeah, I think Tron could do it. He can do the Quasworks Invoker. It wasn't bad. Yeah, he had a pretty solid time.
Feeling confident. We'll preemptively call the Invoker, but 10 seconds. What else could work here? The Tinker is some kind of magic. Oh, the Invoker.
Look at that. We're experts, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we get paid the big bucks.
Yep.
Invoker, final pick, as Parker called. Very nice. So what are we thinking? I mean, you called the 2 picks. Overall, who has got that better lineup? Do you like the risk they're taking maybe with bringing the Night Stalker back like that?
It's a very hard game to predict because I haven't seen Night Stalker in so long. So it's like my initial gut just says Night Stalker's still bad. He's unplayable, but obviously he's not. At least this team don't think so. So they know more about Dota than I do.
Okay.
But there's 2 teams here, and I'm going to go Tigers. They 2-0'd last time, and I'm not sold on the Night Stalker ET. So Tigers for me.
I got to go Tigers as well. I really think, you pick this TB second pick. I don't think it's going to be as sort of a wow as the Spectre and the PL that was picked up early for Raven in the last series. And you're playing this Terrorblade against an Axe, Lina, and Morphling, sort of 3 cores that have numerous ways of offering a lot of just HP burst that the Terrorblade is going to suffer against. So I think Tigers. We'll see. We'll see. As I said, it's just going to be interesting to see what Lotac do with this Night Stalker, what they do with the Elder Titan, and if Chuan can have another good game with his Invoker. As was a little slow to start in the last series, but by the end of it all, he was setting up a lot of action with the Tornadoes, with the MPs, making a lot of team fights go the way of Lotac.
Yeah. One of those games, like, it's like happy to be proven wrong. You know, if this Night Stalker is still amazing, it's like great. I'm glad to see how this hero can still be played. I want it to work in a way, just to still see this patch have new ideas come into it. It seems like everyone's like, oh, ready for a new patch now, want some big changes, but week to week we're still seeing like a new hero coming into the meta. Like, oh yeah, this hero is still there. People should be picking it more, and yeah, it's definitely a risky play here. You're putting a lot of hope in Night Stalker being viable, but they probably have played it. They've got someone on the hero who feels confident. Yeah, well, let's get ourselves into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of Lotac versus Tigers. Loser with this best of 3 is out of the running for a spot in the minor. Winner of this best of 3 goes on to play against Admiral Dota for that 1 spot we will be granting to a team from Southeast Asia for this minor. Yep. I think Ohio was one of the players who played a lot of Night Stalker core in the past too, so he's going to be fairly familiar with what this hero has to offer. Won't be the easiest of lanes necessarily though, because Axe is actually headed down there. He's not going to perhaps, I don't know, get the matchup he wanted, I want to say. Morphling gearing off to go mid. I wonder who's actually playing the Morph. Is it In Your Dream or Ajit? Because okay, In Your Dream's on the lane, a 3rd game in a row. Yep. I know In Your Dream loves to play Morphling. He's played mid Morphling in the past, but of course, Ajit being the carry player, no surprise here. He played mid a few games also, like the Lycan was mid for them. They are very flexible with their hero players, combos and lanes.
Yeah, they really like the side lane, Lina. And with the right sort of pairing, we've seen what it can do. It's a lot of harassment between that Lina and the Wyvern. They're going to be up there at the moment, 14-37, loving to play aggressive. And as you say, that when they see the lanes, you think maybe will they just stick with them? Or is there sort of the necessity to force some sort of matchup?
You mean for Tigers swapping them? Or? I think these are the lanes they kind of want it. They want the Axe to be against this dual lane. He's the one
against the pressure
who's got the best chance against it. He's going to have some help from the Chen.
Yep.
So if Lina's against these 2 heroes, she's going to get run at. Even though she's got that range factor, it just still doesn't go well for her. So I think this is what Tigers were banking on lane-wise. They obviously know Invoker's going mid, so they send Morphling there because they feel like he can get the best chance at farming well. And I think it's a pretty good lane for the Morphling with his damage output. Curious to see if we still see that Quaswex Invoker. The Spirit Vessel, one of the items that's very good against Morphling, but at the same time maybe a case for the Exort too, because he often sits on very low health and you can do some good damage, but blow him up with that, but probably just the, oh yeah, he's got Exort level 1 at least. Felt like it was definitely a viable option. Particularly against the Morphling in the lane, the Exort just feels a bit nicer. He's often sitting on low health. You can maybe find a Sunstrike kill or something.
Yeah, there's certainly a chance for the outplay. And in terms of sort of setups across the map, I guess the Void and ET start to chase someone down, you're going to have that sort of slow setup there for a Sunstrike.
Well, Zephyr doing? He's struggling here on the Chen. Pentinent's level 1. He's just forced to kind of leech in this lane until he has a creep, which may not happen soon because his creep camp's being blocked. Using this Pentinence to try to keep himself alive. He's not hit level 2 just yet.
Mid lane. Morphling 7 for 6.
Yeah,
against the 4 for 0.
Definitely wins this lane, having the really good damage and then the threat of the waveform. So Invoker, if you're Exort, you don't have any good defensive capabilities. Morphling can wave on you, outright click you, and just really bully you a lot here. So it won't be an easy lane for Invoker by any means. Axe is having a great time. This is Night Stalker, I guess. No longer a good laner.
Yeah, not sort of posing any threat to the Axe at all.
That's like, I would say I'm surprised, but like this is kind of, I guess, what I thought Night Stalker was, where he's just a weak laner. Old Night Stalker would, crush a dual lane with an ET, but new one, not so much.
Top lane farm at the moment being traded evenly between the Terrorblade and the Lina. Both getting something out of it. Mid lane just continuing to be pretty much pure dominance here from Arjit.
Yeah, he's got the Alacrity in play, but still Morphling 10 denies already. And if you went Quaswex, it's almost worse. I think Morphling wins lane even harder in terms of last hits, even though you're less likely to die as an Invoker because you've got the Tornado, the Cold Snap, they're annoying. But you just, again, cannot contest the Morphling.
He got no right click.
97 damage. What do you do against this? You need Alacrity. That's the only way you can play this lane. He may even go Quaswex after these 2 points in Exor. It's kind of hard to because you've already committed so many early skill points, but Invoker's best bet seems to just be go all in on this Exor Invoker and try and get as much farm as possible using Alacrity spam.
Not really anything that they can sort of send over to help out, because I mean, do you really want to leave the Night Stalker on his own down bottom? He's already, he's farming.
And you send someone to help out. You're not
Moon.
Yeah, you're not ganking. You're just he's got a waveform. He's gonna always have an escape. If anything, it's Tigers who can gank the Invoker, which it looks like Chen is planning on doing it this mid lane. Has a creep early on and is looping around.
Axe, of course, more than fine to be left alone.
Mid lane.
Top lane as well.
Zerva knows better than I do. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. No, mid lane. That's the Chen gank.
They nearly got that Terrorblade though.
No.
Very close to die. Yeah, the South though is going to be back up to full.
But yeah, that's the issue. This Invoker doesn't have any points in Quas. I think he had the 0-1-2 build. Maybe he's level 4 now. Okay, he's got his first point in Quas, so he just now gets the Ghost Walk. But if you're Chen, you're going to be ganking with Dust and stuff from now on as needed. Morphling just having a fantastic time.
He's going to be a huge issue. We already talked about how good the Morphling is for numerous reasons. And Zephyr down bottom, chasing down AU, and he should be fine. Oh no, not with the Battle Hunger though. Yeah. Moon, he's in. Yeah, Moon came in range and he gets the Battle Hunger off. That's going to be a kill. Another kill here for Tigers. Getting that early lead. A 2k lead, just 4 minutes in. Big part of it being just how one-sided this mid lane matchup is going.
Yeah, it's not going to necessarily improve anytime soon with the Chen nearby, able to continue going for those gank opportunities. And the fact Moon can just 1v2 down bottom.
Like these two heroes just don't cause any issues for him at all. He does not mind.
That's so good for him. Hits this LSA, will not quite get the kill, but getting some really good damage in. This bounty rune's coming up, so Zephyr getting the one here. He gets the help of the ET stomp, and Zephyr was still going to maybe get this kill.
The Silencer still ends up going down as In Your Dream finds him by the rune up top.
Yeah. And In Your Dream falling back. Is he going to bottle this bounty rune? Not sure. Yeah, he buys the bottle. It's one of those things, he probably wasn't planning on buying a bottle, and then suddenly there's this rune in front of you. You're like, well, 6 bottle charges, can't say no to that.
Oh, look at this mid. Sets the ward down. It's got the vision.
Dire side have vision too. We'll let...
Okay, okay, Zephyr's getting a bit of a surprise.
That's okay. That's a three heroes. They make sure Tron gets it. And he pings, yeah, they actually deward it. It's like, okay. I see what's up.
Still Moon definitely on par to sort of get these quick item timings this game. That could be an absolute nightmare. He gets that Vanguard and Blink Dagger, and he sort of goes into that top lane against the Terrorblade. It's going to be a nightmare for Raven to sort of find a safe space to farm in. And already starting to get aggressive. They do go on 2 sort of separate targets there. The Wyvern going for the TB. You're going to see the Chen go for another. It looks like they don't need the Chen to go for all Raven as the Light Strike connects. A few more right clicks will do it, and In Your Dream indeed finds that pickoff. As Zephyr, he knew what was up. He didn't need to go for the kill up top. He's in fact just chasing the Amate. Won't dive under the tower. But Tiger's just pulling out these movements perfectly. And this mid lane, 28-29 denies. Some of that, it's got to be some of the highest denies I've seen in a mid lane matchup at 6 minutes in a long time. 30 denies mid at 6 minutes in.
It's brutal. Yeah. This lane is.
What's the level situation? Level 5, 5.5, and 7 3/4. Yeah. So over 2 level difference between Arjit's Morphling and this Tron Invoker. That's
massive. With the way leveling works being kind of exponential, the amount of XP you need, that's a really big XP difference. Moon's ridiculously farmed 2 in this bottom lane. It's just doesn't seem like these heroes have any damage to kill him. Like ET, he's kind of strong, beefy, but he's not a huge hero killer early on. With the right clicks if he stacks those neutrals, but they actually blocked this camp to stop Chen getting creeps, which is probably a good idea because Chen was down there at the start. At the same time, ET wants those neutral creeps. That's how he gets his early damage. He stacks that camp, he gets double, triple, quad stacks, uses his spirit, gets the bonus damage to chase people down. So not having a neutral camp there as ET, suddenly this hero is, you know, you're not really an ET in lane. You're just a stunning hero. That doesn't do a whole lot.
This Lina at 7 minutes in is farming by the tier 2. That's how sort of safe she feels up there. But this whole map just been taken over by Tigers.
This is almost, yeah, deja vu from yesterday. Some of the games there. Lotac looked so good in the previous best of 3, but the way this draft panned out is just not good for them.
I want to see how much Gaben Lights denies. What's the win rate at the moment for Tigers? Not too crazy.
54%.
Only 54%.
It likes what, TB? Is that probably the hero it likes?
I think it likes Raven.
Yeah, maybe it's a player thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like anytime Raven's playing a hard carry,
they like
give him some good win rates.
It might look at sort of the hero, the players' win rates on heroes. And I imagine Raven's TB has got some good stats. On middle lane, tier 1 tower again taken. So 8 minutes in, taking 2 towers already, Tigers.
Morph just, when you can sit on full agi the entire laning stage and never feel like you have to morph at all, like, that's a very good sign for how things are going. 38 denies.
Oh, this is
more denies than everyone else in the game combined.
Yep. And of course, way more denies than CS that the Invoker has. Has net worth individually, as you can see, such a difference. Double the net worth in that middle lane. This Morphling has in comparison to Tron. As this one is, yeah. We wondered what the Night Stalker was going to do, and you know, so much the off lane. We're going to give Ohio a chance, you know, to move around and make moves like this.
Yep.
But the first 9 minutes or so have not been great.
He's level 7. He's the most farmed on his team. He's the guy that needs to do stuff right now. He's the one that needs to farm the least is the thing too. So when he's the most farmed, that's not criticism of him. He's just been laning and doing his thing, but it really highlights how poorly Invoker TB are doing. So Chen, you'll take it if you can get it, and I don't actually know if they can get it.
I should have the stomp, but uh-oh. There's the counterplay. The Sunstrike damage is going to be shared, and Ohio just gets burst down. Off lane Night Stalker.
Yeah, that's your playmaker, his first smoke gank of the game. He comes online, pops his nighttime.
That's painful. And they may even find more. Arjit, he's on the hunt up top. He's looking for Raven. Is Raven TPing out of the trees, or is he just keeping himself? It looks like he's hiding.
Yeah, but he has a TP, which I guess they may be suspecting might use, so they don't want to go chasing too much. But some bounty runes were picked up, and 8k gold lead at 10 minutes in. That is brutal.
I mean, that's got to be such a morale killer when you have, as you said, your offlaner is your most farmed. He goes for a smoke, finds the Chen, doesn't kill the Chen, ends up dying. Like, what's the game plan then? What do you do next?
Just farm your tri-camp and stuff, but at the same time, you can't. Look where Chen is. He's at your one of your safest jungle camp other than the tri-camp area, and he's taken over. He's got a ward there. He's just camping your side of the map. You got to farm down bottom, I guess, which Axe is just sitting bottom. Axe can't be killed is the crazy thing. Perhaps if you send like three heroes, maybe even need 4, you can kill him, but that's a big investment and something you may just not want to do.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures
it's looking rough for Lotac.
Dire's top
A bit of a repeat. As I said yesterday, the series Tigers versus Lotac in the upper bracket, it was certainly a tough time for Lotac. Seems like Tigers have got their number. I know exactly what to play against them, and maybe that is sort of the reason why Lotac sort of tries something a bit different. They know that Tigers are a side that when Lotac plays sort of their standard game of Dota, Tigers are going to have the edge. They try and throw in a Night Stalker, change it up, but that has not been the solution so far in this game. As all 3 of Lotac's cores barely more farmed than the support Wyvern on Tigers.
Oof. That's a very, very bad sign right now. It does hit nighttime, so it should be at least go time for some of the Lotac members. They need to make moves. They're not going to win this by farming. Well, Morphling with this crazy good start he's had has decided to go for a more aggressive build. I love the Dragon Lance. It's one of those items where if you're ahead and you can be right-clicking people with your full Agi 150 right-click damage, go for it, because Dragon Lance is going to up your range, allow you to get more right-clicks in, and just allow you to dominate the early game. And a game like this, it's way better than trying to save for like a Linken's or Ethereal Blade.
Ohio has found the Wyvern down here. The Sunstrike will come in. They'll get 1437. That's something. It's just a support kill, but a kill nonetheless for Lotac.
Even doesn't feel safe to farm with his hero. He's like, I'll let my illusion do this. There are heroes nearby. Max is perhaps thinking about going in here, but it does seem like Lotac know what's up. They're out. Oh, Blink Call. He wasn't out. Raven TP'd.
Yeah, he was sticking around. Felt confident. I mean, he is pretty tanky as a Night Stalker, but not tanky enough.
Yep.
Against this lineup that they really are just that far ahead. 30 minutes in. Still at this 9k lead. What the Lotac do? They've got to hope that Raven can just find that farm. But the pressure's getting amped up. Tigers, they're eyeing up more tier 2 towers.
Such a hard game for him. There's so much magic damage. He's going to be forced into a BKB against this Lina most likely, but even that, like, there's an Axe Blink Call. Axe is pretty good against the TB. Able to just disable him through a potential BKB, set up some of your teammates. And they've got the Wyvern Lina combo we've seen again and again and again. Winter's Curse, LSA. If you can catch the TB in that, even if he's got BKB, you can just chain stun him. Set up an Axe Call or whatever as well. Does look like Tigers drawing lines on the map like they want to just fall back, push out these lanes, keep farming. They probably click around some of these heroes and realize they are way further ahead in terms of farm than Lotac. He's thrown on Arjet. Could be something he looks to play around. I haven't even seen that like Morphling replicate against the TB yet, getting the Metamorph.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Arjet finding the Invoker with that
dust?
haste rune. Yeah,
oh, he had dust. Okay, I didn't see the dust coming out.
He had the dust, they had the sentry down as well, so he knew the whereabouts of him when he came close. And I mean, that's a global being used. Splitter as well. You're not finding kills.
Yep.
Lotac. And now you're losing lives. So Xiaote does get the bounty rune, but I will fall for it. In Your Dream drops the Laguna straight upon him.
Yep. Great plays all across the map from Tigers. Always great to see carries buying dust when you have kill potential. If you can kill enemy cores who go invis, buy it.
They don't have Laguna Blade, so Ohio may be safe here, and he will be. They get the kill onto the chair. No, he's not. The Yule set up into the Light Strike comes through as well as the Splinter Blast. So they may have got that support, but they're losing Ohio. That is your position 3.
Yeah, need to be careful here. No Axe Blink for now. As they continue to press forward. Want to keep this Siege Creep alive, it looks like, to go for this tier 2 tower. Eben's going to tank it, and yeah, really want to keep this Siege Creep alive.
Oh boy. Yamate steps forward. Oh, there's the jump. The call's actually going to be off the mark. Doesn't catch anyone in that call. But still just keeping them away from this tier 2. And potentially defending it as, yeah, we're getting less scary points still. You know, Wyvern, he's overtaken Ohio's farm. He's closing in on the Invoker.
He's like, who's next, he says.
1437 in a very cozy place.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower
It feels so nice to play supports with 90 GPM talents.
Yeah.
You see 60 and you're like, oh, 60, it's like, that doesn't sound that great. Because you know people have 90 GPM talents at level 10. These Wyverns and what else? Who else is, I don't know. There's 1 or 2 other 90 GPM talents.
Radiant's top tower
So
is under attack.
things continue to look fantastic for the Tigers. All 3 of their cores getting ridiculously farmed. The Wyvern getting farmed.
Radiant are scanning.
Even Chen's in a pretty good place. And Smoke Up, what are they got in mind here? Night Stalker's ultimate is available. No Metamorph. This just seems like just a, they won't expect us to smoke, so let's go smoke kind of play. Like no nighttime, no metamorph, just the. I mean, Night Stalker Darkness at least is one way to catch him out. And also getting into the enemy jungle, just a way to, you know, get your TB into a place where you can actually farm safely, since there's Radiant aren't going to be warding up their own jungle right now.
Found out you. That was another kill for the side of Tigers. It just keeps coming in.
Yep, and they're in Roche. The Sunstrike, I think,
getting objectives.
Too early to scout it out, and even if you scout it out, can you really stop this? Probably not.
Aye. Tigers. Oh, just looking incredible.
Dire got Roche.
All right, it's something. It's something.